It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Vikings veteran quarterback. Got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Vikings and the Bears, next on Madden Football.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down, Fleming. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Off the play fake, Fleming. And Cook has it, left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off play action. Fleming. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. But the Vikings had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Fleming. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On second down, Cook. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Fleming. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. He threw the 3 interceptions in last week's ball game, and now on the opening drive here, he throws an interception. So a bit of a troubling trend. See if he can fix things. 1st and 10.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And it looks like he's going to have the first down as they'll mark this just over the 10-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guaranteeing it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up with a very good clip. Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Off the play fake. Fleming. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw on 3rd down. Fleming.
Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
2 minutes on the clock. 2nd quarter. 7-0 ball game.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fleming. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Fleming. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to throw. Fleming. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Very nice catch there by Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the game. After just 2 seasons in the league. As a rookie, 2nd-team All-Pro, and in his 2nd year, was 2nd in the league in yardage. This guy continues to grow and get better with every game.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tavon Young.
And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30.
Intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, we talk about collectively. It's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
On first down, Fleming. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense...
Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings
Vikings have cut it back within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this third quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points and not really with a lot of hope. But with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket, beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
69 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To throw on 2nd down, Fleming.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Back to the ground, Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Another turn for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Just a gain of a couple and good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Fleming.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's complete to Cook. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook.
38 yards.
And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead.
problems there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Throwing to start the drive. Fleming got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Fleming. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And some room to work. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Fleming.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
11 more on that one and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They can thank their defense for another stop. And now up the middle, it's Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Cook again.
A little juke, and he's got room. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. A give. This is Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on
3. Handoff comes to Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile for Chicago, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.